Hey YouTube, it's been a while. I wanted to take some time to gather my thoughts before I place my next video. So, took a couple days off, relax and all that, you know. It's good to be in the algorithm, but you want to produce quality content, you know. So I decided to change the way I'm going to be running the channel here. But as I took those days off, one thing I reflected was all the things I learned, right? If you've been following me, you know I've been traveling for a while. I've been in many different countries, state, city, etc. And I noticed trends, right? And I noticed within these trends, there's so many things we have as far as differences and similarities. So I wanted to make a video about that, right? First thing I noticed, as far as the information I acquired when traveling all these places, is we are very much alike. We tend to think of ourselves as different. Or I belong to this nation, this state, I have this belief system, etc. We are way more alike as human beings than we give ourselves credit. Generally speaking, all human beings want the same things out of life, right? You want safety, you want love, acceptance, food, clothing, shelter, water. I just learned that we go about it differently based off our cultural beliefs, right? But we're still all the same. Doesn't matter if you go to Europe, Africa, South America, North America, Australia, wherever. Even the scientists in Antarctica, they still want what we want out of life. Resources, that's another one, right? Because people will do different things based off the neighborhood they grew up in, their belief system, what happened to them in life as far as acquiring those resources. So we all want the same thing, but we go about it differently based off the things I just previously mentioned. Another thing I notice when it comes to traveling these different places is I don't think there's that many bad people in life, especially when it comes to being born. Many people are not born bad. Situations happen to them in life that cause them to be bad. This may be a controversial take, but I truly believe most people have some element of good within them. The average person is not going to wake up in the morning and be like, yo, you know, I want this to happen to this person. I want to do this. I want to steal, lie, cheat, etc. Nah, something happened to them in their life that caused them to be that way, right? We generally want good things out of the world and for the people we care about. Now, with that being said, it brings me to my next point, which is a sense of connectivity. We are more connected than ever before, mostly because of technology, the internet, social media, etc. But in general, we have a same conscience. Like, we all think very similar. We all, you know, go about things so much alike, right? Currently in Boulder City, Nevada. Small city just outside of Las Vegas. Very beautiful weather today, so I said I'm gonna make a video outside. But yeah, there's a sense of connectivity, sense of community among us. That's why when you first meet another human being, you don't wish harm upon them, right? It's not until they do something to you, or maybe to your loved ones generally, that you want to do something to them. Regardless of what we perceive as differences, we generally, you know, when we look at another human being, we look at them like a brother, sister, friend, etc. And hey, maybe I'm naive, maybe I just give off a certain type of energy, but personally, I think that's my vibe. That's what I've noticed when it comes to meeting and dealing with others. I remember being in Spain, right, and seeing different groups. I remember the first time I went to Spain, I was 19 years old for a school program, right? And I remember seeing different groups, kind of similar to like America. You got the rebellious people who, you know, they break the rules, break the laws, kind of live how they want to live. You still got the people that you identify maybe as nerds who kind of study or more into the books. You got like the athletic people, the party groups. And that's when I first began to realize, like, wow, we are very much similar. Like the same subgroups we have is the same groups that they have, right? And that just goes to further my example as far as how similar we are. I'm like, wow, I'm in another country. They may speak a different language. They may dress a little different, but as far as the mentality, the subgroups, how they get along and what's going on, it's like similar to America. And then I start traveling to other countries. I went to Canada a couple more times. I went to Brazil, all these other places. And it's like, wow, we really are truly the same. But that does also bring me to my next point, which is, and I hope the wind is not too bad out here. I'm trying to, oh wow, the wind keeps going. Let me see if I can avoid it right here. Sorry, y'all, I'm trying to give y'all the scenery, but at the same time avoid the wind as much as possible. And one thing I noticed as far as my next point is we as Americans may not have all the answers, or may not do things always the best. I remember going back to the Spain example. Hey, sorry everyone, the audio got bad because of the wind. I'm going to make a part 2 to this later, but I appreciate everyone's support. Peace and love.